Hey, what's up, guys? I know I've been kind of late on the uploads. The 365 project has already proved challenging to build this habit. However, I am going to keep up with it. I'm going to do my best. I do want to talk today about the current system, the current schedule. So I used to have a schedule based on time, but ever since I've been, I've been learning a lot about morning routines, behavior patterns, talking to my therapist about fixing behavior patterns and using what I call push the button moments, which I talked about in a previous video. Using small, low energy, low barrier movements, or just small things that I do that can start a pattern of good behavior. And I realized that when it comes to my daily routine, I do things based on whether I got something done, at what point am I during the day, when I finish this thing, am I doing it fast enough? Like, these are the questions I'm asking myself. And so I'm going to briefly talk to you about my current daily schedule, what I consider to be a perfect work day. It all starts with a single pattern of behavior. And now when I set up my new schedule in my Google Sheets, it's not based on time anymore. It's rather based on a behavior pattern and just getting each step done. There are certain things that are based on time, like the when I wake up and go to sleep. Obviously, I want 8 hours of sleep, and obviously my work schedule at my day job is a set time. So when I wake up in the morning, I wiggle my toes. Like I said, that's my push the button moment for waking up. That's when I want to start the blood flowing in my body. Wiggling toes is great because it's at the very end of my body and I want that part to get heated up with blood. And that kind of transitions to my legs. I swing my legs over the side of the bed, and then I get out of bed. First thing I do is go to the bathroom, might brush my teeth, wash my face a little bit or something. And then after that, I say a prayer, a morning prayer. A lot of people use meditation. Obviously, I'm Catholic, so I want to say a prayer, maybe a meditative type prayer, something to get me started through the day mentally. And then after I get out of the bathroom, I move to my computer and I get started working some early morning stuff. Now, regardless of what time I wake up, this pattern is going to be the same on a work day. So I could wake up at 6 in the morning, 7, 8, 8:30. I try to wake up before 9 because I got to do food prep before 9. So I do food prep, make breakfast for myself and my wife. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So after I get back, sit down on my computer, I open up my Quest sheet, which I've talked about on my Google Sheets, which is organized by urgency, risk, reward, and interest. Those four variables I use to prioritize my quests, which is basically a task list of stuff I need to do, current commissions, commission work, but overall long-term projects I want to do, movies I want to watch. A lot of the movies and stuff is low priority. So it's still organized like by top priority things. I use an RNG to choose among the top 4 tasks. And then whichever the RNG chooses on that particular day, I'll just work on for that morning. So let's say I wake up really early at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm able to do this right away. Let's say I'm able to get up out of bed and get to my computer and start working right away at 6 in the morning. From 6 to 9 is when I do food prep. I can get really a lot done in those 3 hours. And it's not too difficult for me to wake up that early. But let's say I am tired and I stayed up too late the previous night and I wake up at like 8:25 or something. And I do that same pattern. I get up and get out of bed, get on my computer. Let's say I'm kind of groggy. Not only am I going to be less efficient in my work, but I have way less time. Let's say I only have 35 minutes of time for my work as opposed to 3 hours, which is what, 180 minutes. That's like a huge percent difference, 180 minutes compared to 35 minutes of solid work that I could do in the morning. And if I sleep around like midnight or 11 at night or something, it's pretty easy for me to wake up at like 6. 6 hours of sleep, my body just wakes up and I feel completely alert. I don't know if I'm undersleeping. I don't really know if it's, but the quality of my rest feels fine. And I tried looking it up, like, why can't I get more sleep? There's something called short sleeper syndrome, which apparently doesn't really affect your longevity. Because I used to worry about, like, if I'm only sleeping 6 hours, is it going to affect like how long I live? Obviously, I want to sleep longer because people say you're supposed to sleep 8 hours, but I seem to operate fine on just 6. So hopefully that's okay. If it does become a problem, let's say some doctor tells me you need to get more hours of sleep, I'll try to find a way. But anyway, after that morning work session, I do food prep. Um, I I think during the morning session, I don't know if I want to stream that work session because I cannot like talk out loud because my wife is usually sleeping and I don't want to be loud. And typically I only want to stream if I can like talk in the mic because I want to value the viewer's time and really interact with them. So that's why I haven't been streaming in the mornings lately. But after, my wife heads out to work too, and then I have like a couple hours when I can really dedicate myself to streaming, really dedicate my focus to again the quest sheet, but also talking to the stream and hanging out with some people. It's a strategy called body doubling, which I've talked about before too, where if I have company, I feel like I have accountability and I feel like I can work hard. And it just keeps, having people there keeps me accountable. In that sense, I do feel like streaming in the morning is going to be good. Because just for the sense that if I'm live, I'll feel the body doubling, even if I don't have full voice and camera presence. I feel like just the sense of body doubling is going to be productive for me in the morning. So anyway, okay, wake up, do the little wiggle toes pattern, get to work in the morning, food prep, work some more, and then after that I go to lunch, which is a midday break. Then I go to work at my day job, and that's a set amount of time. It's usually 4 to 6, maybe sometimes 7 hours at tops. And then I'll get home at like 7:30, sometimes 9:30. It depends on the day. After that, I dedicate to pretty much leisure time. Sometimes if I have to do extra work on a deadline at night, I'll work a little bit more at night. But I want to pretty much dedicate that to being present with my wife, spending quality family time together because that's really important. And maybe like that's very open-ended, and I feel like maybe I can create more behavior patterns in nighttime with my wife, whether it be playing video games together. Maybe I can really be more careful about choosing what we do together, something really productive or something really more fun, something unique, maybe have a date, something novel. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. I just know I want to dedicate that time after work to be with my wife, be present. Especially I'm going to have a son next year, so I need to get used to spending time with my family because I don't want to be a dad who's just focused on work all the time. Obviously, I do want to work hard. I do want to work a lot, but I want to have that work-life balance. So that's the behavior pattern. After that, we go to sleep. So, but in my mind, that's considered a perfect day. And the really open-ended part is obviously the leisure time at night, but also the quest sheet and following the number of tasks that I have to do. There's a large number of efficiency boosts that I could do. And again, I want to do 1% every day. I feel like I haven't done 1% every day because there's a lot of, maybe I have though, because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm learning that there's a mental transformation and identity transformation that can happen that will really drive your actions. I was really focused on making sure that actions and behaviors are right, but now I've learned some like an even stronger way to guide actions is really telling myself I'm a family man, I'm a businessman, I'm a hard worker. If I can tell myself those things and then reinforce that identity with behavior, and it kind of creates like a positive feedback loop. So I'm telling myself, if I wasn't a hard enough worker in the past, or I wasn't a smart enough worker in the past, I want to be a person who is better at making those decisions. So that's like really the changes I want to make. I want it to be an identity change first, then the behaviors. I do consider myself a really, a thinker. And so that's why I want to really plan out my actions. And in the past, I've always been thinking. I think all the time. But now to convert thoughts to action, that's the struggle right now. It's identity, thoughts, action, That's it. That's really the stuff I've been thinking about lately. I know this is a longer video. Thank you to whoever's listening to these, either every day or just catching on to this one. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you appreciate my presence too. I love you all. Peace out. Bye-bye.